Yay! Finally, the day of redemption has arrived. 210 years, and Klal Yisrael is finally being redeemed. But how did they survive for 210 years? And Chazal tell us that they kept their identity. Shelo yishinu es shemam es l'shainam ve'es malbusham. They didn't change their names, they didn't change their language, and they didn't change their dress. They remained Jews with a Jewish pride of how they looked and how they spoke and what they were called. And we have to do a little more of that. Instead of always trying to fit in with the Goyim, let's remember that we're Jews. Let's remember that it's holding on to our identity that keeps us alive in Galus. It allows us to survive in Galus. And listen to the following story, a very cute and important story. Tsar Nikolai's mother one day calls him in, and she says, "Son, I keep hearing about these Jews, but I've never seen one. Could you find me a Jew, and I will reward him handsomely?" Immediately, Nikolai sends out for his messengers, and he says to them, "Listen, go find me a Jew in St. Petersburg and tell him that I want him to come to the palace 10 o'clock tomorrow morning and that he'll be rewarded for his efforts." Okay, they set out to St. Petersburg and they walk the streets, and sure enough, there's plenty of Jews there. And two of the officers walk over to a Jew and they say, "Hey, you, stop." Now, in those days, when a Jew was called by the officers, he ran for his life. But they caught up to him and they said, "Whoa, you're not in trouble. But the Tsar's mother wants to see you in the palace tomorrow morning, and she's going to pay you well for your services." What does she want? She just wants to see a Jew. The guy runs away and he says, "Okay, oh boy, I'm going to the palace, the Tsar's palace. I'm going to see his mother. I need to first go get a haircut." He runs to the barber and he says to the barber, "Listen, quickly, shave off my beard, cut off my payas, make me look real nice and handsome." And then he runs to the tailor and he says, "Listen, I can't wear this Jewish looking coat. Give me a nice, good, modern, contemporary looking suit." And he changed his entire look from top to bottom. And the next day he appears at the palace. And the Tsar's mother looks at him and says, "Who are you?" And he says, "What do you mean? I'm a Jew." "You're a Jew? You look like the rest of the non-Jews." He says, "What do you mean? I got all dressed up for you." And she says, "You silly fool. I didn't want you to change your look. I wanted you to keep your look so I could admire the people that have survived for so long." This is the key to our survival. A yarmulke, tzitzis, to make sure that we look like a Jew. This is the Jewish identity. It has been for generations. And if we hold on to it, then Emir Hashem soon we will be able to greet Mashiach.